What's up guys, welcome back to Aquatic Elements. Today, as you can see above me, we are at Maidenhead Aquatics in Rokers. Now Rokers is a animal feed, animal supply store, and this is where this Maidenhead Aquatics is based. Now we're going to be taking a look around the full shop and checking out maybe some more of the oddballs. They've got a brand new shop. The shop's only been here for a year, so let's head inside and let's check it out. Entering the store, I did mention this Maidenhead Aquatics was based in Rokers, which is in Guildford. Now it is a brand new store. It has only been here for around a year now, and you'll be able to see the shop is super clean, super modern, and they've got some slightly different filtration going on their fish systems. So first off, we will head through the dry goods section. Got a nice range of different tanks, all from your superfish through to some of the aqua ones as well. They've got a nice range of different substrates, hardscapes and your fake plants, followed by a nice range of different filters, fluval and the aqua manta. Loads and loads of different bits and pieces that you would need for your fish keeping. Now we will come on to the tropical fish in a second. I'll just show the rest of the hardscape supplies, and you got your treatments as well. But I know you guys watching at home are going to want to see the fish, and they've got some really cool oddballs here and a nice pond section as well. Now finally, in the dry goods section, we've got the koi foods, koi filters, and a few different pond supplies that you can see there. Now that is the outdoor section, which we will be heading to a little bit later in the video. But first off, we're going to head through the tropical fish section, and we're going to try and find some of the oddballs that this store has got. Now you will see that I would say this is the first Maidenhead Aquatics where I've seen this sort of grey metallic look to the tanks, which is really, really nice, and I really like it. Really clean. And you can see they've got all the tanks are lidded to prevent any fish from jumping out, but the shop is looking absolutely lovely. Now it's definitely not the biggest store, but it's still got a nice range of tanks. So I reckon they've got a good 100 to 150 tanks in the shop. So let's head through this first section and check out what fish they've got. Now I will probably move through some of the standard fish and the bread and butter fish until we come across some of the oddballs, but I will capture every single tank on the video just in case there's anything that you guys watching at home like. And I am filming this in the beginning of July, so that gives you a rough idea on when this stock was at the shop. Now they have done a little bit of cleaning, so a few of the tanks are a little bit cloudy. We've got some really cool albino Congo tetras in here and some redhead Topaios, Geophagus. And this blue angel is absolutely huge. See, we've got some gold spot severums in there, just in these sump sections. I think we've got a kissing gourami, some Akara firemouth cichlids, and there is a really, really big pleco tucked back there. I think he's this guy, the vampire pleco. Now moving up, we've got a selection of different cories. They do have some nice plecos dotted throughout, so do keep an eye out for those in the video. We've got a lot of Danios in this section. Some glow lights here and the albino cories. Now these cories, I might be wrong, but they look like a kind of short body, which is pretty cool. They're listed as the albino stirby, but maybe that is just the body that they have, but they are really cool looking. And I definitely haven't seen those in the shop before. We've got some Medaka, otherwise known as rice fish up top. A few different colours there. And then moving through, I can see we've got some Pictus cats. Really active catfish. Don't get too big, normally up to that sort of 6-inch mark. They've got some massive whiskers to them, in with those Cribenensis. And then a lovely tank of mixed hoplos. You've got your standards and your albinos. These are a really good clean up catfish. Another fish that doesn't get too big, but well suited to a larger aquarium. We've got some serpes up the top. They've got quite nice fins to them. Really long fins than your standard serpe, tetra. And then coming down, we've got the black widows, some white widows there. And we've got some geophagus in here. Now I can see just tucked in the pipework there, it's going to be a little bit tricky to see, but there is a rope fish, otherwise known as a reed fish. You can probably just see its head poking out of there. And those guys are priced at £40 each. In with those geos. Now I think these are the Sveni. A nice big earth eater. They get to sort of 7 to 8 inches at full size, and they're a great clean-up crew for monster fish tanks. Now moving through, we've got some bronze cories, we've got some rainbows up the top, and then moving on to some angels. We've got the blue snakeskin, the kois, and some Manakapura, along with those geos in there. And then coming down to the last 2 tanks on this section, we've got some blue Acara, and there's some nice blue phantoms in here, probably about 2 inches long. Now I will show you the filtration system because this isn't run like a conventional Maidenhead Aquatics, and they have said I can enter into the staff only section. So if I open this door, we'll be able to have a look at the filtration they've got running. Now these tanks are all run on the Tempest filters, which I've never actually seen Tempest filters being solely used to run aquariums, and you can just see all of these tanks are super clear. So each rack system, each bay of tanks is run on 3 Tempests. All of that water is coming out of the bottom, pumped up with the pumps in the sump section, through the Tempests, and then it returns back to the system. You can see it's doing a brilliant job at keeping the water absolutely crystal clear. Now just before we get on to the next section, we've got this lovely planted display here with loads of riparian and marginal vegetation coming out the top. We've got Monstera, some pothos, looks like we've got a fern here as well, and I'm not sure what this plant is. It looks like this is one of the Aqua One tanks. There we go, Aquamanta, not Aqua One. Nice selection of different, I think this is a pygmy chainsword. We got some Anubius along that dragonstone, and then we got some Rotala in the back. Really lovely display with some cherry shrimp, Otocinclus, and I think these are the emerald green Rasboras. But nice little display tank. I think this will be about 120, 150 litres. And then moving on to the next racking system. Now I've just seen this guy down here. Now I don't know what pleco he is, but he's very spiny, in with some barbs and a big clown loach at the front. But he's got to be a good 10 inches, I'd say. The giant Danio's in there as well. And then coming up, we've got some torpedo barbs along with different gouramis, from your golds and your blues and your pearls. And then in this tank, we've got some golden dwarf barbs. They're quite interesting looking. Now I have been told that this shop does have some unique, well, plex. You can see we've got the goldies, also known as the sunshine plex, I believe. And they've got some really nice gobies, so do have a look out for the gobies in the tank. They've got a big selection, and some more of the sought after ones. Ruby sharks, some more barbs in here, along with the panda garras and the silver tip tetras. I've just spotted, here we go, some of the gobies. So I think this is actually this might be the Zodiac loach that have come in. So apologies there. Got some butterfly plex just tucked in the back, along with the Harlequin Rasboras in there. And then this tank we've got some glass catfish with the whitefin bentosies. And here we go. These are cool. So these are a sumo loach. You can see they've got a small sort of reddish band, which is going to get darker as they get older. Definitely a higher flow stream setting aquarium would be really good for these guys. In there with the bloodfin tetras. And there we go. There's one of our gobies. Now I will try to capture the price tags and the names of those, because they do have them dotted about, and it is really difficult to see because they're quite small, but they're also quite fascinating, and there's some nice different coloured gobies throughout these tanks. Just check out the sort of silver coloration, if I can get them to focus on there. We've got like a nice silver these guys have. I think these are these guys. And then we've got some more gobies in here. You can see there's one right at the front. I assume that's a male flaring. But a really interesting sort of nano species, and something I haven't personally kept before. And then moving to the last few tanks, we've got some red-tailed gobies in here. I think they're similar to the ones in the tank next door. And just check out those. There's a yellowfin hillstream loach at the back there, and this guy is pretty big, this goby. And then last but not least, we got some gold torpedo barbs in the top there. Really nice yellow colour to them. So we are now on to the plant section. We've got a nice range of different plants for your aquariums, along with some nice fancies. We've got some Ryukin, some telescope eyes, and a few Aranda and Ranchu in there. And then up top we've got their fighter selection. Now this guy's nice. The Candy Koi. We've got some Samurais. Dotted throughout, along with the crown tail. Another lovely Candy Koi. And a Hellboy in here, which is that red and bluish coloration. Now moving to the other side of the planted tank, we've got more of their fighters. It's really nice in this sort of elevated casco rack system. And this guy's quite nice. Super red in colour. There's quite a lot of reflection, And then some more of their slightly larger fancies. We've got some more Ryukin, Aranda in here, along with the rest of their plants. Now, moving on to the next section of tropical fish. As I said, again, I'm going to move through the bread and butter, the standard fish. We'll try and focus on some more of the oddballs. Now, these are cool. So at first you think these are a rummy nose tetra, but I did have a look and they have a really nice shimmer to them. And I thought, they look a little bit different. And that's because they're the platinum rummy nose. Now, I've not heard of these. I assume they've just been selectively bred to have a much nicer shimmer to them. But they look really nice as a community fish. You can see we've got some gold laser cories tucked back there in the high flow section of the tank. And then we've got some orange lemon tetras. You can spot some rams up the top. We've got the black rams, which are sort of a new style of high-end ram, along with the electrics and the standards. And now in this tank we've got some really nice hillstream loach. I'll try and zoom in, but these are the red fin Borneo, and you can see by that red dorsal fin up the top there, these guys are probably around 2-inch mark, 1.5 inches, but they're pretty cool. You can see the price tag and the label up top. Now I've just spotted in this tank, we've got a lovely spoon-faced whiptail catfish, and compared to my hand, this guy's got to be a good, probably 5 inches on the body, and then another 4 or 5 inches on that massive streamer coming off of his caudal fin. Very, very cool, unique looking fish, and definitely an oddball. Then up top we've got some really mature rams. Just check out the colour on that lovely boy there. We've got some more tetras, some ottos. We just spotted a nice plec hidden in this cave. I don't know if the camera's going to quite pick it up. It's very dark in there. We've got some Decrossus filamentosus, the checkerboard cichlid, along with the black phantom tetras. And just look at the giant otto there. He is huge. We've got the standard ottos in here with some chili rasboras. I've just spotted a lovely plec tucked to the back there, and it's probably going to go and hide under that plant. Not sure which type that is. Maybe a starlight bristlenose. We've got some snowballs in here, some snowball plecs. Really small size. They're really nice. And then down in the sump section, we've got loads of figure of 8 puffers, probably a good 30 in there. Really nice fish. And that lovely figure of 8 pattern to the top of the body, which is how they get their name. And then moving to the next sump, we've got a lovely granulosus catfish. So now that's a Synodontis granulosus. It's gone right to the back, hopefully comes back out for you. One of the rarer, high-end, more expensive cynos you can get. And there is a plec. You can see the tail of him tucked back there along some really big mascara barbs. These guys are good 6 inches, otherwise known as the filament barbs. And then last but not least in this section, we've got some different shrimp, got some different coloured blues, oranges, and a few of their different snails as well. Here we go, we've got some nice bee shrimp, some crystals. Got the pandas there, the blue, you can see that blue and black coloration. If I can get some focus on him. So they are listed as the black King Kong panda shrimp. And they're really, really nice. I used to keep the red crystal bee shrimp, and I do like them, and probably will keep them one day again. And before we get to the last racking system and then out to the pond section, we've got a really nice fluval shaker here with some crypts at the front, some cryptocorin, some anubius. And we've got a lovely nymphea, tiger lotus, red lotus at the back. And now coming on to the last section of tanks. Got some small bristlenose in here. There's a lovely blue-eyed bristlenose in there. And then we've got the live bearer section with your different swordtails, guppies up top. Then we're coming to the mollies, moving through these reasonably quickly, because everyone's seen mollies and platies. We do have a noisy fan in the background, so hopefully that's not been picked up too much on the microphone. You can see we've got a longfin, blue-eye plec in there, bristlenose species, and then we've got some salt and pepper platies up top with the sunsets, and then some more of their guppies, male guppies. And then I've just spotted in the sump section, we've got a chili red Oscar. He's got to be a good 6 inches, I would say. He's definitely not camera shy, showing up for the camera. And then next door, we've got one of the more sort of standard Oscars in here, a little bit smaller, around the 4-inch, 4.5-inch mark, with a little bit of driftwood. And there was a plec in here, but I don't think we're going to see him. Oh, there you go. You can see him tucked back there. He is an L600. And then last but not least, on the live bearer section, we've got a few more different guppies, some different colours. So that is both of the racking systems on the aquarium section. Moving out into the outdoor section, you can see we've first of all met with this Blagdon affinity pond, which got a lovely selection of goldfish in it, as you can see through the window there. We've got 3 windows. These are great for patios. I think this one will hold around the 500 litre mark. Got some nice different plants in there. And then moving round, we've got their pondfish section. So we've got a range of different pond plants you can see over there, but let's take a look at some of the fish that they've got. So first up, we've got the Tosai mix, which is fish under 1 year old, priced at £90. We've got some Japanese Tosai here, probably around that 6-inch mark. We've got a mix of Shisui, Hiatsuri, Showa, Sanki, Kajakus. And then we've got another Tosai and metallic mix. Now, I would say if the fish are listed as Japanese, then the others potentially could be Israeli fish or come from a UK breeder otherwise. Now, on this pond system, because the shop is very new, we've got the Awazi drum filter. I believe this might be the L, the large. We've got a big UV back there, keeping the water nice and crystal clear. And it looks absolutely brilliant out here. Really nice and clean, brand new shop. And it's looking absolutely lovely. I can see we've got an auto top-up section with a ball valve controlling the flow. We've got a nice mix of goldfish through here. All different sizes. And it is pond season. These red and whites are very nice. They're almost like a kahaku koi. Got some really nice patterns to them. Got some blue iron goldfish. Don't think I have heard of those guys before, but they're pretty cool. Definitely a new one for me. And then we got some tanchos. Now, I really do like these. There must be a newer style of variety because I haven't really seen them before with the red caps. And tancho is the Japanese flag. We've got that white base with the red cap on top. Coming through to some butterfly koi. Then we've got some more Japanese Tosai. These are only £10 each. So pretty good price for some nice metallic fish. We've got a mix of ghosts and what look to be Matsukawabaki. They're very, very difficult to see. And then finally, we've got some Orf. So that is the full shop tour here at Maidenhead Aquatics Rokers in Guildford, Surrey. Not the biggest of shops, but a very nice shop, very clean. They have quite a good selection of fish, some nice oddballs dotted around, and I'm sure I missed quite a lot of them throughout that video, which you guys would have seen. I've just spotted they got a little bit of hardscape, and they've got some nice tubs as well. Some of the Laguna tubs. They've got a bit more hardscape as well. But that brings me to the close of the tour. If you've got any questions, please leave them down in the comment section below. And that is it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you've got any questions or comments, leave them down below. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button. But thank you all for watching. Remember to keep those water changes up and happy fish keeping.